Energy, welcome back again to Blue Clouds Media Sports, and we are here once again. We're bringing you the best news as you can find on the planet Earth in terms of transfer news, news around association football. My name is Nate Zion, and as usual, we're here to talk about the most beautiful game, football, as everybody loved. Yesterday, as I said, I came over here to pay tribute to a legend of Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club lost a legend, a player, an outstanding player who went on to be, or to became, he became one of the first Italian to ever coach in the English soil or in the English land, which was Gianluca Vialli. So I was gonna pay tribute to him for quite a lot. I mean, for the rest of the week, and also probably some other time, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, for the tribute to the legend. So, but today we're gonna kick on. It is the January the 7th, 2023, and we're up. I'm very happy to be alive again, and I'm very happy to have you all being part of the stream today. Um, um, it's very lovely. It's very lovely when we have viewers, people tuning in all the time to see what I get to talk and what I have on the table. Well, like I said, that Gianluca Vialli is out of the way. It's a topic that I was going to talk about, but yesterday I did elaborate on it. I did talk about his achievement with Chelsea Football Club and what he has done with association football, with Italian national team, and with a whole lot of things. So yeah, we're also going to talk about the Andrew Santos situation as he's complete his move now to Chelsea. It's now it is also Declan Rice to Chelsea. It's being reported from another top media outlet. Declan Rice to Chelsea. Nicola. Also, we're going to talk about Nicola Milenkovic. Nikola Milenkovic also being linked to Liverpool. We know the situation with Van Dijk. So Nicola Milenkovic will be a very good replacement for Virgil van Dijk as he's injured at this moment. Also, we'll talk about his injury situation. Graham Potter, future at Chelsea. We will also get into it. And then Arsenal charged by FA. Why were Arsenal charged by the FA? It's also another topic for the day. Another topic that we another topic that we will be dealing into. So I want to welcome everyone one more time. Welcome to Blue Clouds Media, and we are streaming live. Before I get into the topics, I will acknowledge the most beautiful woman on the channel and on even planet Earth. She said, "Hello, my neighbor. Actually joining you live from home today. Hope all are well and staying safe." Yes, I want you to stay safe so you can contribute to this platform, and stay safe for your family as well. And I want to say thank you very much. I want to love you for your energy and your contribution, and then spending time. Always you have your notification on. As soon as I go live. You're the first person to be there. And also another one here, big United fan, also joins in here all the time. He says hi, Nee. And then United news. I don't think I have any United news, but then I will be looking for update as the show goes on. So King P, do not go anywhere. The news keep coming every time. Every couple minutes news are in. So we will be looking through. If there's anything new, I will share with you. I don't have any new Manchester United, but yesterday I did. Yesterday, but today we will be looking into that. So we're talking about, like you say, if I have any news on Manchester United, I just refresh my link and there's nothing new on Manchester United. But then, yeah, I will not hide anything, and I'll share with you. So do not hesitate. The news will come in. Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about the Declan Rice, Andrew Santos. Before we move on to Declan Rice, Gianluca Vialli, like I said, I've talked about him. So transfer news on top, we'll talk about Andrew Santos has completed a move to Chelsea in a deal that is worth an initial of 13 million. very, very, I mean, prosperous. We know this guy can, if he's able to hit the ground running. We've seen the lights of Neymar, the lights of Gustav, all these top players that have come from Brazil. Some were able to live up to expectations. Some were not able to do that. But can we see Santos, very young, very young boy, but then he has to make a move. My question is, and I know some others have said something about him, but I wish that they could loan him out, because the Premier League might be a little bit too hefty for him to be playing the Premier League because of where he's coming from. So I would say that he would be better off to go on loan to learn how Europeans play their football, because Brazilian style of football is way different from how Europeans play football, and he's going to play in the European League. Playing for Chelsea means that um he will be playing he will be playing in so many European competition, Europa League, Conference League, the Champions League, all this competition. We're gonna see Santos playing. So is it better for him to be with Chelsea at this moment in time when things are not going the best, or is it better for him to go on loan and come back in here? Dinesh, Danish said, "Good evening from Pakistan. Hope you are well. Keep it up." Thank you very much, Danish. I hope you're doing well in Pakistan. Big up to you. Got one more time, one more appearance, and then you will be a mod on the platform, because you're always consistent here. And then Hashik said hi. Yeah, welcome to you. Says the Declan Rice only wants Chelsea. Yes, I understand he does. He does want Chelsea. But then we will see what it's up to. Arsenal want to play games, or maybe they're trying to put a bidding war between Chelsea and Arsenal. So we're gonna look into that and see who is favorite. We know Declan Rice has a very close relationship with Mason Mount, and then also have a very close relationship with the club. He was already at the club, and then he moved away from Chelsea to West Ham, where he can get much playing time. So yeah, Edu said good morning from Canada. Canada, yeah, good morning from Canada, Edu. I hope you're keeping yourself warm. I know it's very cold in the north side of Canada. It's very, very, very cold over there. And then big up to Herbert said Chelsea after Thuram. Interesting. Yes, Chelsea after Thuram. Another interesting news here. But I got my information a little bit too late, so I couldn't add it to it. But there's always more news to talk about the following day. So Herbert said uh okay, this is this one is from Chelsea Perspective. It says, smash the like button. Yeah, that's what Chelsea Perspective says. Smash the like button for the channel if you're just joining. This one is a smash the like button too, coming from Tight Talk Football. Yep. Uncertainty. Andrew Santos situation is what I am talking about. I123 Love You said a big blow to West Ham as Memphis Depay reportedly wants to join Manchester United in the January transfer window. Wow. Memphis Depay wants to join Manchester United. I don't know if he still have that interest. I know he's coming from Ajax, and he was with Manchester United couple seasons ago before he moved to Barcelona. And I know at this moment he's not having the best of relationship with Barcelona. He's not that happy at Barcelona. So I'm not so sure. I am not so sure if he wants to join the Red Devils again at this point in time. But then I think if West Ham United, work their way out from where they are at the league table, I'm not so sure if Declan Rice will um Memphis Depay would like to join them at this moment in time, because Memphis is a stylish player. Also, it also goes around with a bargain. If you're signing a player like Memphis Depay, then you're signing so many things. He's also have his own package that he comes with him. during signing. So Memphis Depay is a good player on his day. He's very trickish. United having issues with Jadon Sancho. He's not in the right sense to play football at this moment. But where do we see Memphis Depay moving on to Manchester United? Eric Ten Hag might know him in the days of Ajax. So if there's a link, it's because of Eric Ten Hag. That is why that link is there. But then let's see in a couple of days. Let's see where the future lies. Welcome to the stream, Lord. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. How are you doing and how's your day going?
Yeah, all good, all good. How are you? Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you. And then we have I'm not sure if you've already go through the table of content today. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but if you have, what's your take on the Santos deal? I even said about, is it too big? Is it? I know. Probably he's not going to play. He's not going to be with the club. He's definitely going to be loaned out of the football club. But what do you make of this deal? Santos to Chelsea.
He's only 16, right?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's normal, to be loaned out at that age. But he looks a good talent. He looks one for the future. Maybe loan him out a couple of seasons and then bring him back. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good getting the young kids for the future. We're doing good in that respect. But I think we just need to get more experienced players for now as well. Some better players, of course.
Yeah, I do understand, Lord. I do understand whatever you said. It makes a lot of sense because we are in crisis at this moment. So many injuries, and the players that we're bringing in are for the future, not players that will affect our game time or whenever there's a big game or any other game. We don't have the players that will really affect the game. I know there have been so many links and players that we've been linked with. Mikhailo, I think Mikhailo Modric, another player that Chelsea has been linked with. We've been linked with Enzo Fernandez. Is another saga, which Enzo has declared he wants to move to Chelsea. He's not happy at Benfica at this moment. But then it's looked like a saga that will be dragged to probably closer to the end of the window. But I feel like it's a window that we're going to end up seeing Enzo. But then how does the deal strike? We're going to see how that moves. But thank you very much. I123 love you. She said it was being reported an hour ago in regards to Memphis Depay move to West Ham interest in Memphis Depay. And also Memphis Depay is thinking of moving to Manchester United, are trying to hijack that move. I'm not so sure about Memphis Depay. He was with Manchester and he moved to Barcelona. Do you think, Herbert? Lord, do you think that Memphis Depay fancy another move back to Old Trafford?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but he's still got ability. He didn't have the best of times the first time round in the Prem. So if he were to come back, he's got potential. He's a good player. Maybe a different club though would probably suit him better. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. Before I go on, Jackson, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, hello, how are you doing?
Hams, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
I know you can change your names many times, but I know your voice, so there's no way you can hide from it.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about Memphis Depay on his move back to Manchester United, and Lord asked me what's my opinion on Memphis Depay coming back to Manchester United. And I thought that he didn't get the best move. He moved back to Manchester United, but it didn't go well for him. Probably maybe under the manager did not know how to use him very well. But then he went to Barcelona. He played very well. Sometimes he's not getting much playing time. He's not playing very well, and he has to move. There's no link for him to move back to Manchester United. I'm not so sure of that move. I know because it could be that he worked under Eric Ten Hag back in the time when he was at Ajax That's what I was asking. I don't think United will have to go for him anymore. I'm not sure about Herbert. What Herbert have to say, but I'll read what Herbert have to say. What do you think, you Hams? What do you make of that move of him coming back to Old Trafford?
I don't think he should come. He should come to Old Trafford because he's already been there, and I don't think it would suit him very well. And um, I don't think they need him, in my opinion. I don't think they need him.
Yeah,
So they got better priorities. But he's still a decent player. But they got better priorities to focus on.
yeah, I think so. They're a better player on the left hand side. Rashford, even when the team doesn't play well, Rashford comes in and banging the goals, and he's doing much better on the left hand side. That is where they usually have Memphis Depay. But we're looking at the player, Martial. Martial is not performing. They need someone else who can come in and help if Martial is not performing. Jadon Sancho is also not working his way, not doing a very good job. So I know United have been linked with lots of players, but at this moment, from what I've known, is that United are not going in to buy a player outright. They can only afford loan moves. But before we move on again, let me get to what the chat have to say. Chelsea Perspective said that delay doesn't look like it is. Delay doesn't look like it is really serious about football. Maybe I'm not sure if it's Declan Rice. I'm not so sure. Daily, I don't know. But I'm not sure what Chelsea Perspective is trying to say. It's a long-term future looks looks bright. However, I'm concerned about the club immediate future. Absolutely, that is very, very important. This is what we were talking about. We need players in at this moment to help the team out because we got too many injuries on the bench. Thank you very much, Chelsea Perspective comment. And also Depay, I think, probably Chelsea Perspective means Depay. Yeah, Depay would be good for 6 months, but he wouldn't he would want a long contract. Like I said, yes, he comes with the different options in his contract, Memphis Depay. So is Manchester United willing to buy him outright? We yet to see, bro. We are not pursuing anyone. We ain't got the money. Only loans. Kudus means 50 million. Yes, Kudus is another awesome player. He's gonna come in with a lot of money. Good player. He performed very well in the World Cup with Ghana. So yeah, no Memphis, never worked with Ten Hag. He was at PSV, not IS. Okay, thank you very much for the correction. I know he was somewhere in Holland, but I thought maybe he was with IS. So thank you, as Manchester United fan, Herbert. Thank you very much for the correction. And then I want to this is that Hams Master. Welcome all in the chat to the panelists today. If you are new to the channel, give us a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. I123 love you. It's always a pleasure. It's Hams Master. He's back again. He keep changing his name, but he forgot I know his voice. United are waiting for Atletico to lower the loan fee. Even then, Chelsea can swap in because they have not they don't have Enzo money to ban.
To burn.
They have to ban. So that is what we have here. Chelsea Perspective again said meant Depay. Yeah, I know that's what you meant. So I get it. Chelsea Perspective. It happens. This typing error. Sometimes you may enter and then it's the auto will change your word for you to something else. So yeah.
Blue Clouds, what's your thoughts on Enzo? Do you think we're going to get him over the line?
I think Chelsea would definitely. I think Chelsea would definitely get Enzo over the line, but it would go through probably getting close to the end of the transfer window. They'll find a strategy at what's the club's name? I forgot the club's name. Benfica will come in agreement definitely, but they don't want a situation where Enzo will go a-hole again, where he doesn't feel like to be with the club, and then have a big situation where they have to. Because I know Enzo is very upset. He wants to join Chelsea. So even from yesterday, what the sources and from what I read the news from, he wasn't even in the starting lineup, something like that. So it's gonna be a long saga, but probably definitely Chelsea will find their man. He will go through by the end of this window. So Hams, what do you think of that?
I think he's a quality player, but I think he's 21 years old. He had a good World Cup. I think he's a bit overpriced in my opinion. So in my opinion, but he's still a top player we need in our midfield. But I just think he's a bit overpriced, and there should be a way to negotiate with that. But I think they value him at like 105 million pounds, something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, it's certainly a good player we need to in our squad because our midfield's a bit not the best in terms of they're getting older and the players are getting injured, so we need to upgrade and make our squad better.
Well, we're looking at Serie B midfielder to Chelsea. That is the young player. We'll be looking at that Santos situation at this moment. We've talked about him a little bit. I know he's very young for the future. He's a very, very good player. 18 years old. Should he go on loan, or should Chelsea keep him at the club? I don't know what you guys' thoughts on that.
I think he should go on loan because that way you can get some game time in other clubs, so he can gain experience, and that will help us to see how he plays instead of just getting into our team straight away. And that'll be the most preferred option because he's still young.
This is coming from I123. She said, I missed her message, but let me read it for her. She said, also, Mohamed Kudus is only a backup option. Manchester United will only pursue Mohamed Kudus if the priority target breakdown, according to Luke Edwards. Well, Mohamed Kudus is never going to be. He will never accept the situation to be a backup player. No way, because he starts for Ajax. He's a very, very good quality player. He starts for the Ghana national team with Thomas Partey and all those big players with Inaki Williams. Those are top players, and he starts for the national team. He will never accept to be a backup option. So if United are thinking of being a backup, or if Edward think United was going to get this guy for a backup, he will never accept that situation because he wants to be one of the top players in the world. Enzo will happen. Otherwise, Benfica are taking a huge risk. That is from Chelsea perspective. I'm not so sure of that risk, but then I think that if Enzo doesn't happen this January window, it means that it creates a bidding war for him during the summer window, which means that can invite Real Madrid and other big clubs to come in and bid for this position. Bid for this guy. But how much? Just like Hans Master said, I think he's overpriced. That is why I've said it about a couple days ago, about 4 days ago, before even Fabrizio Romano keep flipping and flopping with his messages, where he went by and said, "Oh, Chelsea are close," and then I even said on Twitter that this is far off to be close because Chelsea have their own price tag, their own valuation for Enzo. And they said even Benfica valued Enzo for 120 million, which I think is too much. And Chelsea valued him for 80-something million. No one even knew Enzo before the World Cup. So I believe that, like Ham said, the price tag on him was way too much. Eric Ten Hag blamed as top level striker is edge to snub Man United and join Chelsea instead. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure it's Memphis Depay, or maybe if you're talking about Kudus, I haven't really seen a link that Kudus has been linked with the football club. I'm not so sure about it. But Herbert said, which top level striker? Yeah, that's a question Herbert is asking you. I123. If you have any answer for us, bring it down, and then we'll talk about it, guys. Any more thing you want to add to this Enzo's situation, and then also Santos before we move on to any other? I mean, we're discussing. Lord and Hams, let's get to discussion table.
Yeah, I would like to discuss about someone else actually, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
About Zakaria. I just want to ask what Jackson's thoughts about this is. Zakaria, should we keep him or not if we have the
Uh,
option?
I think he's a class player. He's been very good for us, but I think he's you know he's only got him from loan. So I think I heard about his buyer clause is like 30 million, but I think he's been very good for us so far. He's only had like 4 or 5 games for us in the club. Long way to go because so far he's been absolutely brilliant for us in the midfield. So hopefully he carries on, and we should consider buying him buying a buyer clause because he's someone that's helped us in terms of that midfield like very well.
I agree. I've been very impressed with his performances. Just a bit puzzling as to why it took so long for him to get into the team. He's big, powerful, strong. He's very physical in that middle area. He drives with the ball, and he can defend. He's got his defensive responsibilities. So I think he's a massive help to us, and I hope we get him for permanently.
What I'm going to say about Zakaria, it could be a little bit off from what you guys are saying. Yes, I believe he's been a very good player in terms of this moment when we need him. But that's just like your question. Why did it take him that long for Potter to see him? And I don't think if we didn't have this many injury in our team, we're going to see Zakaria play. To be honest with you, I don't think we're going to end up seeing Zakaria playing. But then with his 3 games or 4 games that we've seen Zakaria play, he's been outstanding in one of those. I think in 2 or 3 games, he's been outstanding. He played very, very well. But then with going ahead and give him a permanent contract, I think we have to see more from him first. We have to see more from him. He still needs a little bit more to learn, but he has much better qualities that Jorginho is not giving the team at this moment. But I'll say Chelsea fans will have to have a little bit of patience. Let's see more from Zakaria before we can put a paper and say, "Hey, we want to keep you at the football club." I don't think if I do make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. But I don't get why he couldn't start earlier. Maybe because of his fitness issues. Maybe Potter wasn't certain about his fitness, or he wanted to like probably get him in slowly. I just thought that it was, a bit sad to not include him in the team for that long. I'm
Yeah.
glad that finally he's got his opportunity.
Yeah, I mean it's a long time coming. Probably he wasn't doing something right, and there's a little bit more that I think that he could better, or he could practice more and be a little bit more better on his first touch. At first touch, it gets away a little bit. First touch is very very important in football. We've seen so many problems from big name players, Lukaku's first touch, Tammy Abraham's first touch. He can't hold on to the ball. So first touch in football is very, very important. And that is what Jorginho is really good at. Jorginho is very, very good with his first touch. But then progressing with the ball, having that kind of a killer pass and the eye to distribute the balls very well. 3-yard pass, 5-yard passes, Jorginho will give you. But long range and the true passes, he's not really good at it. And how to progress with the ball without people bully him off is not what Jorginho can offer us. So we all agree, yeah, he's a very good player, which is Zakaria. We want to see a little bit more, and then we can say, okay, this guy has really nailed it. He has secured that position, and he's ready to move on. So Chelsea Perspective said he's enjoying the conversation. Zach is here till the end of the season, so there is still time to assess his future. Yes, he has the rest of this. He has the rest of the season with Chelsea. So yeah, we'll be looking forward. Chelsea Perspective said him. Yep, yes, accepted. At Herbert it says, who is United options if not Felix? Yeah, Felix. Yeah, like I said, United are also assessing if they can have Memphis Depay back. Only on loan. That they cannot. They don't have the money. If they have, the Glazers are going to put a club for sale this summer, so there's no reason they should go away and then purchase a player outright, because they're not going to have anything to do with the player. If the club is sold, their money is gone. So they're just looking forward to loan players, pay a little bit of money for players to come and help the team at this moment in time before when their contract is up, they go away, and then the new owners that'll take over can buy players outright. So I'm not sure if you guys, if you have anything, you can chip it in. You can bring it in. We're having a conversation here. Hamson and Lord.
I think we've covered most things really about this. Should we move on to the next player?
Yeah, we can move on to the next player if you have any other player you want to get involved.
Yeah, I would like to speak about bad boy Badiashile.
Badiashile. Okay.
So I've not really seen much of him, but I've heard good things. So obviously 7-year contract. He must be a very good player for us to give him that long deal. So yeah, well, what's your thoughts? You and Jackson, please. What are your thoughts?
To me, Badiashile is already proving himself in the French league. So because he coming to Chelsea, he's just ready to go. He needs just one game. The coach will assess him and see his fitness level, and then he's ready, because he's already playing. He's already playing for the French team. And then if Chelsea buy him, it's not like a player that is coming from a very far away, different continent. It's the same Europe. We've purchased players from the French league. Leon, we've seen Hazard coming from Nice back in the day, and he came in and he just went straight into the team. He's not a midfielder, he's not an attacker. So I think with the position that he's playing to help and also a natural left-footed centre back, as Graham Potter has been looking for. If you have a natural left-footed centre back without using Thiago Silva or maybe Koulibaly is a natural left-footed centre back. He's a right-footed centre back, and they flip between him and Thiago Silva in that position. But then we have the height. He has the height. He's also good progressing with the ball, intersection. Everything looks so perfect from this guy, as his statistics have said. So I think it's what's it? Is it 7.5 year deal? Ooh, we're talking about a long time. Yeah, it's a very, very good deal. I don't remember the last time Chelsea gave a player a 7.5 year long-term deal. So I think it's good for us right now. I don't know about Hams.
I think, there's another centre back that we bought from the club. I think he's there's positives in terms of like Silva's getting old, and all these defenders that we got, like SB and all that kind of stuff. I think we kind of do need him, but in a sense that we have bought so many centre backs in the summer, it's kind of irritating because we might need other positions, but hopefully we get to them in January, like the right back or a midfielder, or maybe another attacker, maybe other in our club. Hopefully we bring them in.
Yeah.
But I think 7 years he has to prove himself. For them 7 years, hopefully he can have a good career for us. But in my opinion, I just think that hopefully, because the Fana signing was, I thought it was going to be good, but since he had that injury, it's it's been a bit irritating with the amount of injuries he's been having. Hopefully, but what's his name? Badiashile?
Badiashile, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully Badiashile can help us in our defense a bit more.
Yeah. Before we go back to Lord, let's read a little bit of it of the comments here, because they come. If I don't read it, it'll be too much for me to read. I don't know, man. This club has no plan regarding getting center forward. Maybe a cheap option like Memphis Depay. Absolutely on loan, just like we are talking about. No money to buy any player at this moment. So loan players will be the right options for Manchester United. I think I'm not sure if it's Alexander Mitrovic, backing Hag to make a big make a big move for the future, and explain why he should snub Manchester United for Chelsea. This is what I heard Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I 123 love you. Thank you. Really, I appreciate it. Bowley was clear. Bowley was clear. It's a long-term plan. Champions League top four, not necessarily. Mate, anybody not willing to go 2 years without a trophy, best support another club. Ooh, easy man. Oh
Wow,
yeah.
that's so sad. That is sad.
Bully was clear. It's a long-term Champions League. I mean, he tried to say a long-term project. So top four, not necessarily. Anybody not willing to go 2 years without a trophy, best support another football club.
Yeah,
No, I don't think they have to. Yeah, go ahead, Hams. Go ahead.
in my opinion, it's
Yeah.
something that we needed, but at the same time, you're gonna have a lot of like fans are gonna be being more negative and impatient and probably want to win something now. But this is something we probably need because it's something in the future we can be building, be successful instead of just sacking managers left and right.
Mhm.
I think we just need a good competent manager just to guide us through, and hopefully he gets the backing, and we'll see where the progress goes. In my opinion, we just have to be patient.
Go ahead, Lord.
Luis Enrique is available. That's all I would say. If it doesn't, we've seen many times where a manager's waiting, but we don't go for it. We stick by a manager, and then another club takes the manager. So I'm not really sure, to be honest, how it's going to work out with Potter. But of course, he deserves a bit more time. But all I'm saying is there is a manager out there waiting. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah, I know. Lord's so fascinated of he likes Luis Enrique, and he likes his job that he's done for the Spanish national team. But then 5.5 deal for Potter. It's a long-term deal, and sacking the manager, we paid a lot. Chelsea paid a lot of money to get his services. So within this space of time, this short period of time, considering our injury list, I don't think you can fault Potter at all, because he's trying whatever he can, and then playing academy players against a top opposition team like Manchester City, and even not Everton, Aston Villa in the friendly we played during right after, I think either right after the World Cup or during the World Cup. That friendly could tell us that our squad need a lot of help. It need a lot of tender love and care, which we need proven players, 2 or 1 proven player to come and help in the midfield. But then there are other players also linked with the football club. I mean, I know the chances, we're not creating chances. We are not creating chances at this moment. But if you're able to create chances, I'm sure Aubameyang will probably bang in so many goals. Yeah, we'll bang in so many goals.
That's my concern, Blue Clouds. That's my concern, that we're not seeing a style of play. Like, if you remember Tuchel's first game, like we saw how he was going to play. Like it was like clear for everybody to see. I'm just concerned. It's been 3-4 months now with Potter. There's not, me anyway. I can't see an identity. And for me, that's concerning. Having said that, in all fairness, we do have 4 managers' squads merged into one. So it will take a year or 2 to chop that down, get it all the players for one manager and how they want to play, the style of play, the system. Because when the players are every year, 18 months, 2 years, having to learn new tactics, new styles with different manager, obviously it's hard for them, to adjust or adapt. It's a tricky one.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Hans, anything more you want to say in terms of Potter?
I think at the start, I didn't think he was ready for this sort of opportunity, but I think this opportunity no other every manager would take to manage like a team like Chelsea. For me, it's a risk, but at the same time, if it goes well, it benefits managers in general. But I think the first few months of his career, it's not been as convincing.
Mhm.
But what I've seen, at least some positive in terms of the last a few games, but I mean, majority of the games we haven't seen a certain way of playing, certain way of how he wants to use his players. I can say in some regards it's not his fault because of the amount of players he's, like you said, lookouts that he's injuries and to deal with. Like so, no, it's not just the manager; it's just the players as well who's not been performing and not doing enough for us for our team. So we have to take that to consideration. So hopefully in January we sort it out, get some, or in the summer we get rid of some of these players or whatever, whoever we need to get rid of, and just improve from there. And let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we're talking about players coming to the team. We've been linked with Marcus Thuram, another the son of the legend Thuram that played for the French national team that won the World Cup with France in France '98 with Zidane, Didier Deschamps, the lights of Bates and all these guys. So this guy is playing very well in the German league. Is he a guy that we should pay close attention to?
For
Hold
me,
on.
okay,
Hams,
go.
before I get to you, let me read a little bit more of the
All
comments
right,
so
all right, go.
it doesn't it doesn't pile up too much for me.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hams. Um, I think this is coming from here. Chelsea said not Diaz. Chelsea perspective said not Diaz. Hole is a fine player. I'm not so. I haven't heard much about him. Just a perspective, probably. I'm not. I haven't heard much about him. Bowley was clear. Okay, I think I missed the Chelsea perspective comment. So earlier on, Herbert said he is in the top. He's in the top 4 quality player. Anyway, backup striker at best. Yes. Yeah. Memphis Depay can be a backup player because we saw him. We saw him at Manchester United. We knew what he can do. He didn't. He wasn't so obsessional, in my opinion. This is I123 said that I'm not too familiar with Manchester United. Just checking the latest update for Kim P. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Gilmore, please, Gilmore, if you're coming in, Gilmore, if you have too much noise, please mute yourself until you're about to talk. Make sure your sound is not that bad because earlier on when you were in, I hear too much noise. I'm not sure where you were. It sounded like you were in the train station or in the airport. One of the
Yeah.
too much noise, too much noise. So I'm gonna come in soon and talk to you and see what it sounds like. So thank you very much, I123, for your comment and then helping out with the Manchester United fan. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Now, guys, if you're just joining us, we know people are coming in and going. We at this moment we have how many likes on the stream? We got 8 likes, and we can do better with it. So if you're also joining us now and you haven't shared the stream, you can share the stream on any platform that you found yourself. And also, do not forget bottom left corner below. Bottom left corner below. Just keep your bell notification and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Kim Pete said, but I also don't want Mitro to United to need a top level shooter like
Osimhen.
Osman, yeah,
Yeah.
Osman, yeah, for a Nigerian striker, very very good striker. How
Mm.
much you gonna pay over the odd? You pay a lot of money to get him from Napoli. You're talking about almost over 100 million. That's what you're talking about to get Victor Osman from Napoli. You're talking about a lot of money. Here we expect more long-term contracts, 7-year deals. Badiashile would be 5 million per year on FFP rules. FFP rules. Yeah, something that I have to bring a specialist to come and talk about this FFP rule, or either we'll elaborate. We'll find another day and talk about this. So how Chelsea are doing their deals with Christopher Vivell, the new director for Chelsea Football Club, and how he's doing his deals. Easy said didn't say anybody has to find another club. Just do so if it's too much to cope without trophy. I don't think it is too much to cope without trophy. We have to reset. We have to reset. We are under rebuilding. If we think about trophy all the time, then it means that it's
Success.
instant fix, and it's not a
Yeah.
long-term fix. It's not a long-term fix. So Chelsea fans, I've said from beginning, and even couple streams that I found myself, I even said if Chelsea fans are thinking of a top four, a trophy, or anything promising this season, it's not gonna come. So Herbert said, I think Potter will get this season. No point in appointing in a project manager, sacking him in 6 months. Yes, it is true. A project manager, as Top Bolly have made it clear. So yeah, Hams, you were on the floor when I interrupted you. So sorry about that. You can get back again, brother.
Are we talking about Marcus Thuram? Is that what we're talking about him?
Yeah. Before that, sorry. Let me welcome Wira. Welcome to the stream. Gemo.
Yes, Gilly.
How are you, guys?
I think I'm still on a train. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you better. It sounds a little bit better than it was earlier on. Yeah, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good. Doing good. Doing well. Ooh. Doing well.
What is that?
I think it's the signal. Is I don't know.
Yes, we hear about 3 voices when they say one word. Okay. Hams.
Oh well.
Oh well. Okay, Hams, you're on there. Let's go.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of players. We also link with Mudryk, another
Yeah.
player that Arsenal wants. But I think Marcus Thuram. I think he's. I mean, he's not. He's not really. He hasn't. I've seen him in like internationals and all that kind of stuff. He hasn't. He's not really a starting 11 kind of player. But we just need new fresh faces in our team. He's a decent player, but I've been hearing about Modric. I've been hearing some good stuff about Modric.
What a player! What a silky player! Sorry to cut you off there, Jackson. But
No, no
wow,
worries.
I've seen a few clips of him, and he looks really saucy.
Lord, why do you call him Jackson?
Oh,
You like Solomon Jackson?
Dude is Arms. Why do you call him Jackson? No more Jackson. Call him Hams. All right, Lord, go ahead. And Hams, you guys go ahead. Just joking.
So yeah, I think we just need to. I think Modric will go to Arsenal. I don't think he'll want to come to us because he's been willing to go Arsenal. So it's better for us to go for someone like, I don't know, Thuram or whoever's available, someone we can catch as soon as possible. So we just need to we just don't need to go into so much pressure into just following the other clubs. We just need to do what we can and just get the players in that we need. So I think Thuram is okay.
Yeah, I'm not so sure when people say this. Did they make a statement that I want to join Arsenal? I haven't seen any statement of that nature. Did they make a statement that I want to join Arsenal? And then who make that statement? If another club comes in and has the money to buy you, okay, your club wants this certain amount of money, but then you ask the team that you want to join is not willing to pay that money and join you, and another club comes in with that amount, and which is a top tier club, won't you join? So why do you make a statement that I want to join Arsenal?
It does. Yeah, Arsenal don't want to pay the 85 million. They paid. I think they bid for like 60 or something, around 60 million. So the Shakhtar want 85 million. If we're willing to pay that money, I just why not? He probably would come because the more money you probably give, the more ambition you put on the player, he's gonna come. But for him, just going off like I want to come to Arsenal, it just gives me weird feeling that he actually finds the Arsenal project more appealing, but Arsenal are not ambitious in terms of wanting him. So this has to come to his mind more instead of just I want to come to Arsenal. I think blah blah blah. Just keep on twerking or going after Arsenal.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I 123 said, my brother, I'm about to start cooking and cleaning. I'm just gonna listen along from here. Thank you very much for even listening and commenting at the same time. Thank you, really appreciate it. Potter will get 2 seasons, at least 2 weeks each in October and November, away international games. Then World Cup added to injuries. Potter has spent more time with academy players than even the senior players. Yes, it is true, Easy. It is very, very true. Potter needed a lot of time with his senior players, and he's not been lucky at all with the number of injury players. 10 of them, 10 top players that have been in injury. Talking about Armando Broja, we're talking about Reece James, we're talking about Christian Pulisic just the other day, Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, Fafana. I mean, not Detro Fafana. Fafana defender, and then who else? We got four more. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mount, and then 2 more. We got 2 more. The 10 of them. Gallagher, I'm not sure of Gallagher.
He's still
no. 2 more players. So
Mendy
also, Mendy the goalkeeper, and then also 1 more player. That makes 10 starting 11. That's injury players can start a whole team. I mean, can play a whole Manchester United team. That players alone. So that's a lot of problem that Potter is dealing with.
Why are we looking so far? Why don't we go for Trossard, Leandro Trossard? I mean, if Potter is struggling to get, maybe you're looking to get striker in, right? Nkunku on the left, Trossard on the left. Trossard on the right. Up front, middle, then we have Havertz. Just mobility up front. Because Aubameyang doesn't offer anything other than just jogging around.
That's true.
No, but if we have class wingers next to him, they'll create chances for him. Like if Gallagher, if we replace Gallagher with a good proper midfielder, creative midfielder, like Gallagher, he's just a waste of space.
No, he's a
waste of space. Honestly, he does nothing. He runs around like a headless chicken. That's what he does.
We've seen
sky high.
I think Aubameyang has to just stay near the box and still just drop in too deep, in my opinion. I think he's trying to get service. I think that's our team. We don't give enough service, so that's why he drops too deep. But we just need him inside the box more so he can, try to.
The thing is, we have not seen any of our players. We've not seen who can fit a 43.
Yeah.
Mount is a waste of space in a 43. We have seen him in the 43. Lampard has used him in a 43.
Yeah. That's true.
What has happened? Single digit GNA. Come on. Like, Gallagher's been used in multiple positions. Mount has never been used as a pivot. Mount is the only midfielder, correct me if I'm wrong, who has not been used in a pivot.
No,
Gallagher
he
has been used as a pivot.
He has played at a pivot, but he's not good at it. He's not good at it.
He's useless there.
No. What I'm saying is, Mount has been given a lot of opportunities on the left side, where he's supposedly, left side or attacking mid. He's an attacking mid lah. Google him up. He's an attacking mid. But I feel his best position, like his energy, right? His energy, he doesn't lose the ball much. So why don't we just play him in pivot? Because he does nothing going up front.
We're number 8.
Just the occasional free kicks that go in. Thanks for shitty goalkeeping. Like, you don't do well you just don't do well under Vieira out of nowhere, like for no reason, right? If Vieira gives you the reins, I mean, how is he doing well under Palace? That means he's the top dog. That means he's big fish in a small pond. I don't think so. I think he's just given a license to roam. But right now, Gallagher's being played next to Jorginho, being played next to Kova, people who are twice his age. Older than him, basically. We have not seen Gallagher play in his preferred position. He's an 8 for me. So if we're gonna play him cam, pivot, left wing, right about 3, like he's like, why I want to go back to Palace. You got to, is that playing Salah, striker, winger, cam, all over the place. Salah will be like, what do you want me to do?
No, but I have a question for you then. So if you saying there's no position for Gallagher, why do you continuously want him in the team?
No, that's
Or
the thing.
in the squad?
Once we have, I feel a 4-3-3 is suited for us, for him. For Mount, it's a 4-1, 4-1, 4-1.
Yeah, but we don't play 4-3-3 really.
Yeah, we don't play.
So there's no point in him being at the club.
We have tried 4-3-3 in the last 2 formations.
He's not very good, Gilmore. He's not very good. Gallagher is not very good.
You are using 1 season, right? We want progressive players to progress through the system, through the years, through every season. You've got to improve, right? So
Yes.
Mount has energy, yes. Mount can run for 90 minutes. But if you are a super sub, if Gallagher can be a super sub, I think, yeah, that's contribution.
To be honest,
would you rather have Mount running around for 90 minutes, providing big chances, creating big chances, and, our strikers not converting them, whatever? Or at least, he does nothing for 90 minutes. He's just like, possession, he just retains possession well. That's all that's good about Mount. All right.
No, but the thing is, Gilmore, his passing not even that good. He doesn't retain the ball, like you say. Look, what I will agree with you is, you saw the last game against City. We played very well without Mount. Surprise, surprise. So I think we function better without Mount in the team, for sure.
No. I mean Mount, bring him off the bench.
Yeah.
If you can't start 90 minutes, I'm not saying Gallagher needs to start, but if he is being picked over Mount, I want to know why. No, Niz, how about Niz answer this question? You had a choice between Gallagher and Mount. Why aren't Newcastle looking into Mount? I think Gallagher was linked to Newcastle. Why isn't Mount being linked instead? If we are picking Mount over Gallagher.
All right, this is what I'm gonna come in real quick in regards to these two players. They're not the same kind of players. They look similar, but they're not. Passing range, just like Lord just said, passing is not a thing for Gallagher at this moment. He's not a guy that can, really control the midfield very well because his passing range is very poor. And I've seen it on YouTube and I've seen that on Twitter. Very, very bad passing range. But it doesn't mean he cannot learn and be better over time. They're very young players. Yes. So it's Mason Mount. Mason Mount is just a new version of Timo Werner. Timo Werner work rate, Chelsea fans fancy Timo Werner based on his work rate over the end product. It got to a point they knew that Timo Werner is not giving us the end product. But then they were okay with his work rate because he ran over 90 minutes and being nuisance to defenders and can also give passes for attacking strikers to put the ball in the back of the net. Hams, just like Gilmore just said in regards to what Mason Mount can do. Mason Mount also another good player. He has the energy, but he was very good a season ago. But he hasn't hit the ground running this season. Who knows why? There could be so many factors that can come in place. One, so many injuries, and he's used to playing maybe with Reece James, maybe Kai Havertz being the false nine, and we also know what Kai Havertz can do and what he cannot do. So there's so many. Yes,
but
yeah.
Remember Aaron Ramsey at Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
The moment they gave Ozil a big contract, Ramsey was like, "Oh, no, I'm not having any of this." His performance started to dip. So I think like Havertz getting a big contract, that's US work for it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The expectations on Havertz is expectations on Havertz. But for Mount to be demanding the same thing, right? For Mount to be demanding the same wages, is like, what have you done? Because in the past 2-3 seasons, our pivotal players have been the ones at the back who have shown more urgency in games, who have shown like the desire to come on, let's get this game done. Because for Mount, right, he's more of a hot and cold. Like I've told Lord, he's hot and cold.
Yeah.
And he can go from no. The thing is, can he away from home? I don't see much of the same intensity when he plays at home. Like in front of fans, he's like, he celebrates his goal, but he's got, when we are not playing well, can Mount step up? just like we had Lampard back then, right? When Drogba was not doing well, when Drogba had an off day, off color, when maybe Robben, Duff had off colors, Lampard stepped up. Our midfielder, our legend, our club legend midfielder, he stepped up. So that's why I'm looking like if Gallagher can step up for Palace, and Mount is not stepping up for us and in any manner, he's just he's just bullying the small. He's just a flat track bully, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Scoring 2 goals against Aston Villa is at home is no big deal. Right? Do it in Europe or do it away from home in the league. Like if we go to Newcastle and we start Mount, like he's gonna give up. Because he'll be starved of the ball. His off the ball running is good, but he just doesn't add anything else. In the seasons that he's been with us, like we are missing the previous players that left. I don't see much difference from Mount and what we had before, like Matic. Like Matic can hold the ball, can retain, can pass. Like what's the difference? Like but what we expect of Mount after 4 seasons, right? Is to be clutch player. He has to be a clutch player. The player that we don't have many clutch players in our squad.
In our squad.
Yeah, so we are just depending on our front 3. So if Mount plays in the midfield 3, we are then where's the criticism? Where's the criticism for Mount? Back when Timo, people were shouting on slandering Timo, slandering Ziyech, slandering Pulisic up front. Where was the criticism from Mount? You know, everyone has you can't expect 11 players to step up at the same time. Each of them will take turns to have an off day. But for Mount to choose when to turn up, I don't see why he's a solid player away from home. If we win and he can go anonymous, we still get rating of 7 out of 10, which is really ridiculous. When 1-0 at home, 1-0 away from home is mostly down to Kepa, our defense holding it tight and keeping the game alive for us, rather than Mount running a show.
Okay.
Mount watching the field.
That's true.
Gamer have said a lot, but before I come in and say something about what Gamer just said, let me read a little bit more of the comments. Easy said I saw a report Modric not against signing for Chelsea. So Modric will be interested to join Chelsea. There's nothing against it. Transfer window was poor and in and out. Yes, transfer window was quite poor. I think the times of Lampard, there are so many players that came in. I don't think they really merit to play for Chelsea Football Club. Slanina, the US goalkeeper, added to squad. Yes, I saw him playing, training with the team at this moment. Ziyech put 3 crosses versus City in the danger area. Both Aubameyang and Havertz didn't capitalize. Both missed. 1 cross in front of them. Neither attempted to reach it out. So yes, thank you very, very much. It is true. I saw those chances. Another cross that came to Havertz where he just chested the ball down and didn't do anything with it. So that last one is Werner dragged defenders with him, creating space and channel for others. That is what Timo Werner, I like about Timo Werner. Like I said, he's very nuisance to players. He drags players out and create chances for others to come in and score goals. That's what Werner was doing. Although he wasn't scoring, he was doing something very, very valuable for the team. And also, let me come back to what Gamer was saying in regards to Mason Mount, in regards to Timo Werner. Why there was so many criticism on Timo Werner is because Timo Werner had a huge price tag to Chelsea. Mason Mount is made from Cobham. It's made from Chelsea. So there wasn't much of a pressure on Timo Werner because Chelsea did not pay over the odds to get to Mason Mount into the team. And they know that it's an academy graduate and he's very young. He needs time because he did not really play extraordinary before Chelsea bought him. But Timo Werner was way proven before they brought him to the club. So that was why the criticism was so much on Timo instead of Mason. And Mason...
Where are you? Oh, my God.
I muted him right now. Timo Werner was proven. He was scoring many goals at the Bundesliga before they brought him to the club. So that was why the criticism was coming. Shout out to you, Kim So. Kim So said Chelsea lose ain't coming.
Oh gosh.
King So, my brother, him again.
Great
more.
Blue Cloud, sorry to interject. I've got to shoot now. So say thanks for having me on the show. And
okay.
Jackson, very nice to meet you, and I hope we do many more shows together.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. We'll see you again and take care of it. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Same to you, boys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Kim So is back again. Kim So said, create more chances for Aubameyang. The fan base is slaughtering him to create creation. Is it creation? I think creation no goals. Or I think I mean creating no goals. Yeah, Kim, I got it. Guys, what do you make of this comment from Kim So before we continue with the rest of the program that we have here?
I just think like creating chances for any of the strikers has not been there, like, and our forwards has not been there in general. Not just for Aubameyang, not just for like Sterling, all these players. I just think our whole attack has been abysmal. But you have to say about the general individual, like what they do in the team.
Yeah.
Like for example, Aubameyang, he's not really up to standards of what we haven't seen enough of Aubameyang, like in terms of like he hasn't done it much. But obviously that's not that we can't like we have to look at the other players because they haven't done much as well. So as a team, we need to be on it 100%, and then we can see if we can go through there from there. And we just need to have consistency on our lineup and our front three, and then we can see some results coming in slowly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Wira, let me Gemo, let me unmute him so if the sound okay. Go ahead, Gemo, if it sound okay.
Yeah.
Are you there, Wira?
Yeah, are you there? Okay.
Drew actually,
Yeah, you're here. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the guy who was talking about creating chances with Aubameyang, it's not like Aubameyang was making himself available. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's running their socks off, and this Aubameyang is just strolling. He walks, right? And he's not tracking back along with the rest of the team. So like if Pulisic is having a bad day off, if like Pulisic can have a bad day going forward, but at least he tracks back. So you can't dampen Pulisic that much. But like on the attack, right? Like Aubameyang is he's not creating spaces. He's not like what you say about Timo, right? Off the ball. Be a nuisance to defenders. All he's doing is waiting, hoping for the right ball to come in. So Aubameyang, right, at Dortmund, right, he was so active. He was so proactive. He read the situation, he was like, oh man, I know where to be at. The thing with Arsenal, I felt he's like, and then the way he plays the recent games, right, it's like he came back from the World Cup. But what? Like, come on, he looks lethargic every game.
True.
And we create chances for him. If we create chances for him, he skies them. He's not even taking them on target. The little chances that we give to him, if you are what you say you are, if you're the solution to Lukaku, we put aside Lukaku and we sign this guy. Unfinished business, so called, right? So yeah, he did that promotional video and like, come on, man, prove it then. Otherwise, like, why didn't we just hold up for Ivan Toney? Forget about signing strikers. If Toney doesn't come, let's wait for Toney. But we bring in the striker and we're still struggling to score goals. And it's all about the same old. Oh, we're not creating for Lukaku back then. Oh, now we're not creating for. But the same thing, Lukaku is static, right? All he does is he's just a penalty box in a box, right?
Yeah. So
Aubameyang is no longer the Aubameyang of old, where he's pace, he can run off defenders, he can burn. Basically, his pace is enough to burn defenders. But right now, he's just a one-trick pony. Like, if we are one man down, then he'll turn up. But if he's being marked, I don't think he'll run. He won't go shoulder to shoulder. Right now, what this system needs is a broya, someone who will ruffle feathers, all right, and someone who will, cause confusion. He's not causing any panic in opposition defenses. They're finding it easy to mark him. So Aubameyang is just strolling, Sunday stroll. Like he looks like I'll just collect my paycheck at the end of the week. He's not even pushing himself as much as the rest of the team is. Right?
Oh my God.
I was like, why you might as well stick with the fourth line all this way? No, like Aubameyang was signed. Then I was thinking, okay, so we're gonna ditch this false nine formation with Havertz at the top. All right, but still, we play him up top with Mount, and yeah, nothing happens. So when these two players start, I can't be bothered to watch games because they go their own way. They're not in sync with each other, So the chemistry is, everyone starts to like. You don't want to be having Aubameyang in a pitch because we play better without that guy. Because he's not even a focal point.
I've seen
Aubameyang.
Gemo, let me interrupt you for a little bit. I've seen a couple games that Aubameyang has started from the bench, which means the team it didn't go well for the team.
Like play 1-2s with basically everyone.
Gemo cannot hear me. Let me
bothered,
mute him.
Not even proactive.
Well, Gilmore cannot hear me, but I'm gonna unmute his microphone until he get everything settled, and I'll get it back again. What I was saying is there have been a couple games where Aubameyang have started from the bench and he's come on to play well. There are games that Chelsea have started without Aubameyang and the team still did not play well. So it's 50-50. You can't really tell at this moment because of all these injury players that we have. So let me take a chance to read some of the messages that I have here. Let me unmute Gilmore. Gilmore, you're unmuted now because you couldn't hear me. Okay. This is coming from King So. King So said it hurts seeing my favorite player flop in my club. You don't know the pain. Sorry, Kim Pia and Kim So. I'm sorry for how you really feel. And also, Aubameyang did not defend. He did not do defensive work. Yes, he said he did not do defensive work, which is Kim So. Aubameyang is finished. Couldn't care less whose favorite he is lazy. That's people's opinions on how they see Aubameyang at this moment. Kim So said if Aubameyang was at City, he would be finished. He would finish the season with 20 goals. Oh wow. That's amazing. Easy said if he was at City, they'll rather play Fofana. Says by creators and by creators and Aubameyang will thrive. That makes Kim So said I pray to God Aubameyang will score at least 10 goals this season in all comp, but he won't. He won't. Okay. This is a lot of Haaland already has 20. Haaland already has 20. That is the fastest a player has ever achieved or recorded in the Premier League history. So Haaland is an exceptional player, young player. That shows if you have time and you give young player, you believe in them, they can do a lot for you in your football club. So yeah, we're gonna go on to guys, you want to say anything more before we move on? We're gonna finish the rest of the news that we have here. Then we can come back to Chelsea again if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Declan Rice to Arsenal. There's a link being linked by according to reporters. 90 Minutes have reported this earlier on today. Declan Rice to Arsenal. He can play as a centre back and also he can play as a right back. Where do we see this move going towards? Declan Rice to Arsenal.
Hams, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think Declan Rice. I think I don't see him going to Arsenal, but Arsenal have something. Arsenal have a very good project, and I just see like every time I see news about Rice to Chelsea, how he has that relationship with Mount, and as he's close to Mount. So I hear him going to Chelsea more likely than Arsenal. Um, I'm not too sure about him, Declan Rice. I don't really rate him as a footballer. Obviously, he does have good qualities and in the team that he could add, but I think there's players that are better than him, in my opinion. But if he comes into a reasonable price rather than like 100 million more, hopefully he comes by at least 70 to 60, or I don't know. Then it'd be not as bad as I thought. But I see Rice more favoring us than Arsenal, because I think that's what I've been hearing for the last few years, that he wants to come to us rather than any other club.
Gibbo.
I just think he's looking for game time. He just wants an easy ride into the first 11. Like he left our academy, if I'm not wrong, Hams, right? He was one from our academy, and for him to be like, wow, Chelsea are beating our team, man. Oh my God, look at the midfield, so packed. I'm surprised that he wants to come to us. I would be surprised he comes to us, because he's looking at Arsenal and like the midfield and El Neni, the midfield of Xhaka, Pate. These are all approaching 30, right? Or maybe they're already 30. So I think he's just looking for an easy ride into the first 11. So yeah, he's just like another Mount. Expects to get game time. You know, you got to merit the game time. You got to merit starting every game. But yeah, I don't want Declan, because like Bellingham gets dropped from like I seen Bellingham like get dropped for Dortmund, right? And he doesn't complain. Basically, he's like, work harder. You don't see him coming onto the tabloids and complaining, oh man, I feel unloved, I don't deserve this treatment. Like Bellingham works hard for his spot. So I would have rather have Bellingham, because Bellingham earns his spots in the first 11. So for him to go to Arsenal is just an easy way out. I just feel like, that's so coward. Like, oh man, you don't add anything to our team. What does he have, right, that we don't have? He's just basically Jorginho with pace. Yeah, that's all. Jorginho with pace. Yeah, but what else can he add? There's so many other midfielders that can do more than just break up play. Like look at Milan, right? Ismail Benacer, sorry. So many other players we can choose from that won't come at a like exorbitant price. We won't be paying over the odds. So thank God, go to Arsenal. You won't go 5 Arsenal anyway. So yeah, I can't be bothered where he goes, because I never wanted him anyway. I was actually back then, like last season, I was like Calvin Phillips. So I feel like Pep is not using him well. So man, I feel bad for Calvin Phillips. But thank God, I don't want Declan. I don't want Declan. I can easily find another Declan in our own academy. Let's go. Enough about this Declan.
Okay. I'm not so sure what the fans say or the viewers are saying about the Gilmore. Gilmore said that he doesn't really want Declan Rice. Probably he's looking for maybe a more stylish player with more pace and that can drive the ball. He has his own opinion. His opinion is more respected and acceptable on the platform. I'm not sure about you viewers' opinion on Declan Rice. So before I move on, let me read a little bit of the comments. And I have here from Easy said, Haaland already has 20 goals. I think I've read that one. Haaland didn't score against us. It is true we kept him quiet, but were you able to keep the others quiet? Kepa and then Cucurella, they were sleeping in the goalpost. They were sleeping in there. So by Zakaria instead of Declan Rice. Declan Rice, let me read the last one. If Chelsea wants Rice, they get him. It's media starring. Look, Declan Rice situation with Chelsea. I know Declan Rice is not really gifted. It's just like maybe Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard is technically not gifted, but then he works hard. He works his socks off. And then he has that power to hit the ball, to strike the ball from every angle. That's what make Lampard so special. Him and Giroud. Giroud is also not really technically gifted, but they have the ability to work hard and they know how to strike the ball. If you see technically gifted players, just like the Lionel Messi, the Ortega, you can see the flair within them. Declan Rice, just like Gilmore said, he's a Jorginho. It's just like Jorginho, but it has more pace and strength and power. It is true. It has more strength and power. But I'll say the link and then Declan Rice move to Chelsea is more of a club signing because of he's been with the club since teenage and has a very, very strong relationship with Mason Mount and the club itself. To reunite with this player it will mean a lot to Chelsea fans and also Mason Mount and other guys that play with him. But I'm not so sure of his quality. He's very good. I've seen some clips on Twitter where he run and blocks the ball and then defend very, very well. It won't be a bad option. It won't be a bad option to have. It won't be a bad option. But then my problem is, what do this team does up front when they get in front of the 18? The final third is what they don't know what to do. So how do they learn from it? All have to be on Graham Potter.
But Nizayon,
yes,
can I say something? Like
Rice can hold on 1 minute. Rice can tackle, he can win balls in air, and then also he actually can hit the target, unlike Jorginho, and resist the press. It is true. Mount can tackle. Declan Rice can tackle very, very well. If Chelsea want Rice, Declan Rice can tackle very, very well, win headers, and also something that Jorginho cannot do. Go ahead, Gilmore.
Yeah, just like if we get just imagine Declan comes to us, right? And United sign Caicedo. Right, Moises Caicedo, the Brighton player. I just feel like Caicedo can tackle, and Caicedo can score goals once in a while. Caicedo basically is a team player. He must get more involved in the team than I think Declan does. Declan is coming up against, like, he wins balls in the air against who? Who are the opposition that he bullies? Right? When he comes up against Liverpool, goes missing. He comes up against Spurs, goes missing. But against other teams that West Ham are expected to beat, like your Leeds, your Leeds, your Nottingham Forest, your Norwich City back then. Yeah, he's just another Mount. Like, against small teams, yeah, you can you exert your influence. You think man, I'm better than you, but how has he performed against the top 10 sides? So. Like, there's so many other players. I just mentioned Caicedo one more time. If he goes to United and we sign Declan, like, Caicedo is worth 60, 70. That saves us 30 million easily. Right? And he's an explosive player. This Mount, like, apart from breaking up play, apart from tough tackling midfielder, what does he do? What else does he do for West Ham? Right? He's just Souček with Souček back in the day. Souček, a younger version of Souček, whoever they are, Thomas Souček, right? The guy, yeah. So, yeah, it won't make sense that West Ham let him go because their midfield is aging. They just let Mark Noble go. Not Mark Noble is retired, right? So, their midfield is depleted. So, if they're going to deplete it even further, it'd be surprised. That's why I'm saying it's surprised that it'd be good if he leaves at all. Whether not to us or to Arsenal. But, yeah, I just don't see what he adds to our club. Like, compared to the previous players we had, Essien. Players who could do more than just break up play, drive the ball forward, right? Matic could drive the ball forward, prime Matic for us. So, yeah, I just think that he's just a mid-table caliber player, right? So, if he goes to a Real Madrid, does he get in over Camavinga? No. Camavinga adds more to his game. You got to add more as the season progresses. So, I feel like, yeah, he's not an elite level player. He's more of a, oh man, he'll be the best player. He'll be the elite. He'll be the undroppable in Birmingham. But would he be undroppable in Chelsea? He's a mid-table player at best. So for him to go to Arsenal, or just because they are top, yeah, like, he has no ambition because Arsenal will not do, like, if you are gonna like choose between Arsenal and Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal won't do much lah in Champions League. You've got to have bigger ambitions. So for him to be like, oh man, I'll take the second route. Last resort just to go to another London club, like Arsenal. That shows weakness. If it has to be like Chelsea or bust. If it's not Chelsea, I'm staying put. then I'll consider. But for him to be open to any club, like Arsenal are above West Ham, yes, let's just face it lah. But for him to be just settling for Arsenal, and like Arsenal are just like, okay, you know, you don't have to do much scouting on this guy. We've seen him play. So I don't think Kroenke or the scouting system at Arsenal will be like, oh man, oh it's so tough. Like I think it would be such a lazy move from Arsenal to just go for Declan.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have a scouting network and like just like take the easy route out. Oh, we just look for players that play in the Premier League. So Arsenal need a defensive mid, right? But I just don't think like he doesn't fit in. He's a more the destroyer. So I feel that Declan will add more to Burnley than Arsenal.
Yeah.
So,
if you just thank you, Gilmore. If you're just joining us, do not forget we're getting close to 2,000 likes, 2K. We are at 1,750 at that moment. So thank you, everyone. And do not forget, when you join the platform, put a like on it. We're still growing and we want to grow and grow bigger. So wherever you find yourself, let us know where you're watching us from. And also do not forget, put a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't. If it's the first time also joining us, share the link on any platform so this channel can grow bigger. And the only way we can grow bigger is when you put a like on it, because YouTube wants to know how the viewers are engaging in the video that you're watching. So yes, and also get involved. Send your comment in. Let me know. I put a poll in earlier on. Let me see what the poll is doing. I said that it's Fofana to Chelsea too big of a jump. A lot of people said yes. 70% said yes. So I am going to end this poll. I have another question I'm going to put in later on. So thank everyone that contributed to the poll. 10 votes. We had 10 votes in this moment. So thank you, everyone. We got 6 of us watching. And you guys, thank you for taking the time and joining us here. Easy setup. I don't care if we sign Rice or not. Whatever Potter decide. Only what he should sign players that will make him successful. I'm hearing so much hate of Mount. Every ex-player pundits rate him so many fan expect who know better. Yeah, I'm also a guy that I don't like the hate. I don't think it's hate. It's just that some fans expect more on Mason Mount. I don't think it's hate in that manner, but then they expect more from Mason Mount, in my opinion. I don't go in that train. I don't hate anyone. There's no reason for me to hate someone that entertain me, because when I watch them play and they score and they start running around the pitch and start diving, I get entertained. I start yelling, I start screaming. Sometimes I do have tears of joy. Even that one goal that Kai Havertz put in the back of the net to win the Champions League against City, I had tears of joy. I was so emotional. I was so happy. So I'm not the kind of guy that hates players, because they are entertainers. Mount can be my brother. Everyone here, just like Helms and everyone here. I don't hate anyone. I can't hate people. But then we have to show them love and encourage them to play very well for Chelsea, the team that entertains us every weekend and during weekdays. So I don't think people hate him, but then they want more performance. I'm sure if Mount is playing like Cristiano Ronaldo or playing like Lionel Messi, everyone would jump in the wagon and then follow him everywhere he goes. So he needs to perform a little bit more better, and then the fans will stop talking about him. But there's no hate. There shouldn't be hate from the fans at all. They want to see him perform very well. So yeah, understandable. Easy. I understand where your comment is coming from. There's so many hates. People hate him. People don't really want him. But I'm saying, why do fans have to hate this young boy? Mount says Maint Badashile, not Nadia. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. I said I understand you. I understand anyone that type and then have a typing error. I've done that many times, and now I said I always tell myself I'm done. I'm done with this. It doesn't mean I'm not going to type it anymore. But when I send my comments in, I'll send it in, and I know whoever is reading it will correct it when they see it. So it's okay. So this is reported from Ben Jacobs today. It says Moses Caicedo to Chelsea is on to watch. There is a real sense from multiple sources. CFC may move Graham Potter when still at Brighton. Jacob 42 million will only get his boots. So this is also coming once around 70 to 75 million. Oh, so they had him for 42 million, if that's what I'm understanding over here, and then he'll be going for around 70 to 75 million. Lots of players have been linked with this football club. I know we're Gilmore and then Ham said this guy, they want this guy, Moses Caicedo. Chelsea have already taken Cucurella. Chelsea have already taken Graham Potter, and Graham Potter have swept the whole dressing room, the whole technical directors, everything. Not technical directors, the whole physio and an assistant, everything is at Stamford Bridge. Do you think that Brighton will let Caicedo go to Chelsea, although they're paying that money for him? And that's the worth that money, 70 to 75 million. I'll start with Hams.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I mean, I think Brighton. Obviously he's more important for Brighton because Brighton just bought him, so I don't think they want to sell him for cheap, in my opinion. So obviously they will probably go higher, like 70 to 75 million. Potter wants him, and I think he's worked with Potter for like, not that long, but I think Potter wanted him in the summer before he came to Chelsea, and I reckon he's a good player, and he could add more to the club. Obviously, we want Enzo Fernandez and all that kind of stuff, but I think Caicedo is a brilliant player. I think he can. He still needs a lot more time for him to develop, but I think he can add in our squad. So I think 70 million. I don't know, wherever the price is, it's not too much, but it's still a lot of money. But at least it's not like 100 million or 150. But I think 70 it's kind of reasonable, maybe a bit lower, maybe. But I think it's not as bad as I thought. I think it's something we could consider to buy.
Yeah, before Gilmore coming, I think it's too much. It's way too much. Let me read what Chelsea Perspective says. It says Azy said Mount has been running to ground by Lampard and Tuchel. Most of these players are still developing, which is why Potter was brought in. Tuchel had no desire to do so. Chelsea Perspective said they paid 4 million for him. They paid 4 million. And they want 170 to 75 million. That's ridiculous. How many goals has Caicedo scored? How many goals has he scored? Even if he wants to play in the midfield, it's another average player, and they want 70 to 75 million. It's not a British player.
Yeah, no, I think it's 60 plus add-ons. Maybe it's just maybe they're gonna sanction, like they're gonna make it in stages. They're gonna make it in like not one shot, one lump sum paid up front, but basically gonna make it like into basically add-ons, bonuses that add up to 65. I don't think Boli will pay above 50. It'll be like 50 plus 15 maybe. But going back to your question about is too overpriced,
yeah,
we spent 50 million on Torres and it paid off. So why can't we spend 60 on Caicedo?
Yeah, when you go in that way, I'll say I disagree a lot in that sense, because 60 million for Fernando Torres, that's about maybe was it 7 years ago or 10 years ago? If that was 10 years ago, was under Roman Abramovich regime. He doesn't care how much he's paying for players.
Yeah,
if he wants the player, he wants him. And it just like the coach at that time did not want Andrey Shevchenko. He went and bought Shevchenko. He said, there you are, but this player, this is my player. I want you to use him, because it's his relationship with Ukraine. So he bought Shevchenko.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
But then again, right? Okay, look, judging by what we have, right? To say that, look at Caicedo. How old is he compared to Jorginho? And then you take a look at Frank Kessie, who's right now at Barcelona. If Barcelona are like, okay, let's offload Kessie, and Kessie is gonna go at like 40 million, close to 50. That is outrageous. Because if you leave Milan, the next stage, if you look past Chelsea to go to Barcelona, yeah, you're not wanted. Like, look at the age. For me, like, he has salon value. Caicedo has salon value. and I don't think he'll be burdened by the price tag. I think it'll just be a better challenge for him. But what does he add that look at the current players that we have. Kante, he's lost the legs. So like if we bring in Casado, it's like Kante never left. I feel that you can find similar qualities in Kante that you can find in a Casado. So look at the players we might sign. We might have ended up signing under Roman. We might have ended up bringing back Bakayoko if we had stayed under Roman. So yeah, I'm open to this because it's a win-win, right? He's young, there's sell-on value, and if he does well, yeah, it's a win-win. Like Potter wants to rebuild. It's a rebuild, by the way. So I would tell Boli, like if thank God Marina's not there. Marina would be like, nah, he's too cheap. He's too expensive. Like he's too young. He's a gamble. But he's played in the Premier League. He has a taste of Premier League. He's played Brighton. I think he's grown used to the tackling and all that. He's grown used to all the fouls. And so I feel like he will take the next step. Like players who want to prove themselves come to Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Like what the players that we sign, we need them to be like, okay, I come to Chelsea to prove myself. I can be better than what I am. Like I want players that come in and say that I got to take my game to the next level. So like players like Nkunku coming to us, Liao coming to us. Maybe even Ruben Neves coming to us. Any player that comes to Chelsea, it better not be like, yeah, I'm playing so well in my club, and Chelsea want me, so yeah. You can't feel entitled. You got to be like, well, I want to prove myself. You got to have something to prove. Then like you feel that, then you can feel that you're part of the project. Like Caicedo is a refresh. He's just young blood in our aging midfield. So yeah, we need to revamp everything. And if you're gonna go cheap like Woodward and Man United, they're gonna go like, oh, let's bring in Schweinsteiger. Let's bring in what did they bring in? Hams. Yeah, they went down the cheap route like Schweinsteiger on as a free agent. They went down. Who did they sign in midfield? Fellaini, right? Who was like 30-40 million, like Everton player. Come on, nah. We got to go for like if he's that crucial to Brighton. Yeah, then I want players, right? We bring in players, especially secondly, is that we need to bring in players that weaken their current clubs. So like if Caicedo leaves, right, and Brighton are like, yeah, you can have him. Then it's like, oh wait, why are we doing this? So it's like us signing Rashford and saying, oh, it's like us signing Rashford from United, and United saying, no, here you go, take him. We still have so and so. We still have Martial. We still have I want players that are pivotal to their own clubs. So we got to weaken the sides. We only sign players from other clubs. We can't be like getting players that are unwanted, leftovers. So yeah, it's like Declan. I think West Ham can rebuild without Declan. So that's why I do not want Declan in our club. Like, but Caicedo goes, and Brighton will lose a cog in midfield. They will lose legs in midfield, and the midfield won't be the same again. So Caicedo goes for the price he's going because Brighton can't let him go at this stage in January transfer window. If it's in the summer, I think you should change your mind, Zion. I think 70 million in January is too much, but maybe in the summer,
it'll be cheaper.
When everything settled down and he'll assess his situation. Chelsea are playing in Europe. I'm not getting any younger, so yeah.
Hans, are you gonna say something before I come in?
No.
There's always a possibility that you could get him a little bit cheaper in the summer because Graham Potter know him very well, and I'm sure it was gonna be Potter's recognition, Potter that went ahead to say, hey, I'm very interested in this guy. You can get him. Potter might have talked to him one way or the other before he came to Brighton, so he knows him very well. There's a way that Potter can convince him to join him at Chelsea. But we've seen another player that is coming from Brighton, Cucurella, who hasn't really lived up to expectation. He's still struggling. Cucurella, we'll come back to Cucurella later. Van Dijk injured. So this is being reported as Klopp has confirmed that Van Dijk will be out for more than a month after suffering from hamstring injury. Where do we see this? Do you think, is that a reason why there's a player that I talked about yesterday. He was in the French national team. He played, I think, as a center back. He's a very tall guy. He was being linked with
I think before the injury, Van Dijk was the top of his game. Ever since after the injury, he has not been the same again. He has not been improving ever since. He's been jockeying back. He's not been putting in tackles. He's not taking risks as I used to seeing from him. Like maybe like he's been top level before, but now he's not been as good. So he's still a key player for Liverpool. I think they still have players out there like Konate and Matip can do the job, but I think Van Dijk, he's more like he helps Liverpool. He used to like help Liverpool in their defense, but now since he's struggling, I don't see any difference in this season for Liverpool. Like as in like they're still struggling even with him in the team. They're still conceding goals. They're still giving away chances. They still haven't been that Liverpool team that we used to be seeing like last season or a few seasons ago since they won the league and Champions League. They have not been good since. So I think Van Dijk is not. It's not as the way it's before me. It's not as concerning, but he's still a key player for them, regardless of his name and profile. But he's just not been apart. Like he's not been good enough since the injury he's had for months. So this is like another bad thing for Van Dijk for his career, and I wonder how is he gonna come back from this, just like the last injury.
Yeah, I think that's true. Gilmore, anything you want to add to it before we move on?
No, so it's Liverpool, right? Liverpool fans, right? After they won the Champions League, they came to me saying, "Oh, we're gonna sign Luis Diaz. Oh, we signed Luis Diaz. We signed." And who else did they sign after Champions League? They signed basically. They added more to the attack, right? And they still had Henderson after the final. They said Henderson, Fabinho. Fabinho was aging.
Ibrahim Konate.
Yeah, Ibrahim Konate. Yeah, they added Konate at least, right? You have a Konate, but you have Van Dijk next to him. Like, it doesn't make sense to keep Van Dijk because I feel like coming from Southampton,
they still have Matip.
Yeah, Matip, but the age, you got to refresh your squad, right? You got to if they sign John Stones, I see it as a positive move. John Stones is still young, right? Comparatively, but I feel like coming from a Southampton side, he came from Southampton, right? So in Southampton, he made it big. He was undroppable. So like right now, he also feels undroppable. Same thing. Like if you feel undroppable, you don't push yourself to improve. So he's good, but I think he's peaked. He's reached his peak, right? Like Liverpool need to look for better. They need to scout. They can't do what Everton did and let's sign a like-for-like player. Let's sign Tarkowski. Let's sign someone old, someone experienced. They've got to go with someone that young, but still can grow. Someone has room to grow, high ceiling.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this Van Dijk is finished. Yeah. After the Champions League, I was telling Liverpool fans to calm down. You guys need a whole revamp. Like what we needed. After we won the Champions League, we needed Rudiger gone. We needed fresh blood. Rudiger was aging, getting old. We also had at the back, every time we win a trophy, we need to refresh the squad. So we let Cahill go. So we need young. Similarly, for them, if they are gonna keep Van Dijk, right, I'm happy. It's benefit to us. It's a win-win. It's a win for us. Yeah. So the longer their defense gets more stale and they need to freshen up. If they don't freshen up, they can add Neymar, Messi, the best attackers in the front. But if your defense can't catch up, and you still have you don't have your midfield, you have a weakest link in midfield like Anderson. Yeah, then I don't see the role going far. Like Thiago Hernandez, he left Bayern Munich. What a waste of money. What a waste of a decision. Wow, man. He ended his career ever since he went to Liverpool. Like Liverpool, they didn't need him, but Bayern had too many players in midfield. But they're just a mess right now. If they're gonna look at Jude Bellingham, that makes sense. Like they got to add young. They got to go young, right? Yeah, I think a lot of players are finished. A lot of their players are finished. Like Robertson is finished, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trent needs competition for places. Maybe Robertson as well. The thing with Van Dijk, he has no one to compete with. So if you're undroppable, like I said, you're going to get complacent. And I don't want that kind of players at the club. And same thing, this ties in, like I hate to say this again, Mount. If you feel like, oh, you're the darling of Stamford Bridge, and you're undroppable, then yeah, you don't add to our squad because you're nothing. You're not elite level if you're gonna think that I'm gonna start every game.
Yeah.
So the same thing is happening to Mount, same thing is happening to Van Dijk. They get worse because they think that they can make a mistake. They can go quiet in any game. They can go anonymous for 4, 5, 6 games and start 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's not the way it goes at elite clubs. You got to be like, oh shit, there's competition for places. If I don't play well, I might be out next game. So I think like if Ten Hag had this, like right now United, right? If Ten Hag had his way, Victor Lindelof would be gone. Harry Maguire would be gone. But right now, they don't have any. If they had tried, if they could find targets right now to partner, I think it's what's his name? Lisandro Martinez. Yeah, Lisandro Martinez is what they need, a leader, and then they have a run. Maybe they just need to add like one more younger player, maybe Maxwell Lacroix, or yeah. So basically, going back to Van Dijk, yeah, he's injured. That's good, better for us of us. Like Liverpool are on a five-year cycle. I think right now it's just a loop. They go on a loop. So 5-year cycle to reach the top. They won the Champions League, Premier League. Now it's back to square one again. They've got to rebuild from the back. You got to build a good foundation because, like I said, if they add more to the attack, go ahead, have fun.
Yeah.
Because if you don't convert your chances up front, and then teams counter against your aging, slow, lethargic defense, like Van Dijk goes missing. Van Dijk is his awareness. He doesn't read games anymore. He's just that, coincidentally he's in the right place. That's all. He's not reading the games as like aggressively as he was. He wasn't that instinctive player that he was back then. So he's lost that touch. Mojo is gone. He's finished. I'm happy that Liverpool are weakening at the back. The more they look forward, the more they look into the front three, the better for us and the rest of the league.
Okay, thank you, Gilmore. Thank you for taking the time to just give us all this breakdown and who Liverpool need to sign, and they have to refresh the back four and defense and all that. Thank you very much. I'm gonna read this thing real quick, and then we're gonna end the stream with the future of Graham Potter. That will be the last thing we're gonna talk about. We'll be streaming for an hour 52 minutes. We got 8 minutes to go, and we're still running. We're still getting close. We got looks like we're dropping off more viewers at this moment. We got, like I said, we have 1,750 and over subscribers. So if you're just joining us and you're watching wherever you watch us, do not forget. And the guys in the panel, when you're done, you can also put your like on the video. It helps us a lot. And also, like I said, Arsenal have been charged by the FA Football Association for their conduct after umpire did not give the penalty against Newcastle United. The club has until Tuesday, January, to respond to the FA. I'm gonna mute Gilmore for a little bit. The noise is not the best. So that's coming from Arsenal camp, and then we're gonna finish with this. Graham Potter's future really secure at after such a poor run. Can Liverpool hope? Can they cope up with Van Dijk? Can they cope up without Van Dijk? We yet to see that. So these are the two questions we're going to end up with. Graham Potter's future really secure at Stamford Bridge. Is it secure? Hams, is his future secured?
I think so, because I think Bowley wants to build a project. I think he wants to keep him long term. You can see why he's got a 5-year contract with the team. Mm-hmm. You can see that he wants to build something with the manager, and he has trusted him. I think we have to take into consideration, like, we are in this position. We got the sanction. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Potter at the moment. It's not been positive, but you have to consider, since we've got this sanction and we're in a new regime, and we have to cope with what we're not going through the cycle like Roman Saki managers and winning trophies of the trophies. We have to wait for success, which we should have been having this years ago, and that's something we should consider. I think Potter's going to stay, even if we don't get top four, as I've been hearing. Because why else you been getting a 5-year contract? I would understand that if results is continue. I would understand the sacking, but we can't really sack a manager and restart a process, because otherwise it gets all over the place. So
very
I think
messy.
Bowley will probably keep him and put trust in him, and we're gonna build from there and see where it takes us, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Hams. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to stream with you. Gilmo, let's try and wrap up the stream. Can you hear me, Gilmo?
Hello, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, welcome back. Let's try and wrap up the stream. Where do you see Graham Potter's futures? Is it secure with this pure run?
I just think right now, it's more gonna be like Todd Bowley building a legacy at the club. Like, we're not just gonna be a buying club, buy bring out the checkbook, sign players. I think Bowley has toned down on his like desire for Cristiano Ronaldo, so I'm happy. Because I just think that he realizes that he wouldn't fit in a Potter team. So thank God. And Potter is here to stay. I'm happy because like he brings up players from the Brighton squad.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Bowley was like, okay, let's bring in Potter. Let's see what he can do with our club, with the resources that we have and what the resources that Brighton have. He should do wonders with our academy. So I think Bowley is doing the smart thing by hiring a manager that works with what he's got, and as well as tries to improve what he's got. It's like it turns lemon to lemonade. You got to have a manager that he doesn't know it's a checkbook manager. So yeah, thinking long term, and yeah, we'll see more academy players being brought in. The game before, Omari Hutchinson, Lewis Hall, and who's the other player? Chukwuemeka. Finally, we're seeing Chukwuemeka play.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. I mean, just seeing them face up against City's defenders is just good to see. It's a right step in the right direction. I don't care about the loss. To see them play is like Brighton's. At least it puts a gloss on the result, however negative it is. But yeah, it's just a good sign of what's to come. Yeah, because if you're gonna be having our bench filled with overage players, like oh my gosh, we might as well bring back a Mourinho or a Conte. Yeah, so I'm happy that he's here to stay. And Bowley's doing the right thing. He's not overspending. He's only spending what it takes to get the player, not over the odds. He won't spend over the release clause and all that. Yeah, so yeah, Todd Bowley is we're not going to be chopping and changing managers. We need to build a project. We need to build like Project Youth, like what they say about Arsenal Project Youth. I just don't think it's Project Youth. I just think it's like trying to be a minimalist. I think Arsenal being minimalist. That means they're just doing the bare minimum, signing a manager that's a rookie, so who has no track record. Unlike Potter, who we've seen him improve Brighton. So Potter will do wonders with our club because we have a good academy, and if he can bring what he did to Brighton over to Chelsea, yeah, Bowley's going to be successful. And yeah, let's go for it. I mean, I won't judge him until he's had his settled squad, until he's settled on a formation like what Klopp has done after 3 years. It didn't take Klopp took time, so let's give Potter the same time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gilmore, and thank you very much, Hams, and thank you very much, Lord. Everyone that came on the platform, Chelsea Perspective. I want to love you, AZ, Kim So, everyone, Kim P, everyone that came on the show today. I want to say thank you very much for spending the time on this platform. We'll see you guys again. I want to keep my panelists need to stay right after. Stay there for a minute. I have a word with you guys before you leave. So please stay there behind the scene whilst I bring the stream to an end. I always come back and then, like I used to say, Leo Desperandos, hang them to hope. And I always come out with motivational messages right from beginning. Some of you did miss it. So, if you missed my motivational speech of the day, that's what I always come up with. Says Mondays are the start of every work week. So remember, which offer new beginnings 52 times in a year. Davis, that's another motivational speech. But I have one here that I used to share with you guys. Okay, but I think I don't have it now. So yeah, guys, we'll come back again and talk about sports tomorrow. Tomorrow is another big day. Chelsea, I think tomorrow is when Chelsea playing City, right? I'm not so sure.
City in the FA Cup.
In the FA Cup. So big game tomorrow, guys. We'll stream an hour before kickoff. We'll stream an hour before kickoff. This time we're probably gonna have a full house because of we have other guys in here. So yeah, Game on Hams, stay in the backstage real quick. Let's talk.
Yeah.
All right, Leo this round, guys. Hang on to hope. We'll see you again tomorrow. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.